can you find the surface area of a pyramid? Think about this question during the lesson. Maxwell made a model of a house using a cube for the bottom and a square pyramid for the top. He wants to paint the top of the house blue to match the bottom of the house. One tube of craft paint covers about 20 square inches. How many tubes of paint does Maxwell need to cover the top of his model? What information do you need to solve the problem? You need the dimensions of the square pyramid. You also need to know that one tube of paint covers about 20 square inches. Here is one way to solve the problem. Draw a net of the square pyramid. Find the area of the square base, B. Then, find the area, A, of each triangular face. Then, find the sum of the areas of the base and the faces. What is the surface area of the pyramid?
Select your answer.
SA equals 9 plus 7 and 5/10 plus 7 and 5/10 plus 7 and 5/10 plus 7 and 5/10 equals 39 square inches. Maxwell needs 2 tubes of craft paint. How do you know that Maxwell needs 2 tubes of paint? One tube covers about 20 square inches, so 2 tubes will cover about 40 square inches. 2 tubes are enough to cover 39 square inches. Here is another way. Because the side lengths of the base of the pyramid are all equal, you can use the formula SA equals B plus the quantity N times A to find the surface area, SA, of this pyramid. Evaluate the formula. B equals the area of the base of the pyramid, 9. N equals the number of faces, 4. A equals the area of each triangular face, 7 and 5/10. The surface area is 39 square inches, so Maxwell needs 2 tubes of craft paint. Now you know how you can find the surface area of a pyramid.
Find the surface area of the square pyramid. Draw a net to find the area of the base and each face of the pyramid.
So here's a net for this square pyramid. So I have here the base of the pyramid is a square, and so the sides of the square base are 6, so that's where the 6 comes from here. After I drew the net, I wrote in the number 6 for that length, and then where the arrow is pointing, that dotted line indicates the height of that triangle face. So that's why I have my dotted line and my 8 here. So now we need to find the surface area of the square pyramid. So we need to find the area of the triangle. So I have written down the formula for a triangle, which is the area is equal to half times base times height. So for the triangle, we know that the base of the triangle is 6. We know the height of the triangle is the 8. And then we have to multiply 1/2. 1/2 times 6 times 8. So because we're multiplying all 3, you can multiply in any order. So 1/2 times any number is the same as dividing that number by 2. So if I do 1/2 times 8, that is 8 divided by 2. If I did half times 6, that would be 6 divided by 2. So it doesn't matter which one we choose. I'll choose 8. 1/2 times 8 is equal to 4. And so we now are left with 4 times 6, and then 4 times 6 is 24. So the area of one of these triangles is 24. But there are 4 of those triangular faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? We have 4. So we're going to multiply that 24 times 4, the same as adding 24 4 times. So 24 times 4 is equal to 96. So the area of the 4 triangular faces is 96 centimeters squared. Now we have the square base, which is 6 centimeters, and so s squared, we substitute s with 6 squared. 6 times 6 is 6 squared is 36. So the area of the base, which is a square, is 36 centimeters squared. Now you add 96 and 36, and that equals 132 centimeters squared would be the surface area of that square pyramid.
Tamara made a small gift box that has the shape of a rectangular pyramid. How many square centimeters of cardboard did Tamara use for the box?
Step 1, find the area of each triangle, area of the base. So we have the triangles, and in this case we have 2 that are the same size and another 2 that are the same size instead of 4. And that is because we have a rectangular base. And in the rectangle, we have 2 parallel sides, which means 2 sides are equal instead of all 4 sides being equal. So we have the larger triangle area, and then we have the smaller triangle area, and then we have the base. Once we find all of those areas, step 2 would be to add them all up. So once we add them all up, we multiply it by 2, you get 168 and 5/10, and you're multiplying it by 2 because there's 2 of each. So that's why we multiply by 2. Now, let's look at our try it.
Draw a net and find the surface area of the rectangular pyramid.
Find the area of T of each triangle with a base of 4 inches and a height of 6 8/10 each. So of the triangle, find the area of that first. So they gave us the formula already. So we're just putting in, substituting those variables for the numbers. So the base of the triangle is here. That is 4. The height of the triangle is, well, let's look at this triangle first that I already underlined the base for, which would be the 6.8, 6 8/10. So 6 8/10 will be the height of that triangle. Let's say the big triangle, right? That's a big T, uppercase T. So we have 4 times, half times 4 times 6 8/10. We're going to do half times 4. Let's just do that one first. Half times 4 is the same as saying 4 divided by 2. That is equal to 2. And then you have 2 times 6 8/10. That is 13 6/10. That is for the big triangle. So the area of each of them will be the 13 6/10. Now we have the little t. And let's do a different color for the little t. So we have the little t has a base of 2, height of 7. So we have 2 here, height of the 7 there. So 2 and 7. And then again, we're multiplying 1/2 times 2 times 7. 1/2 of either number, it will be dividing it by 2. So let's do half times 2. Half of 2 is 1. And then 1 times 7 is 7. So then we have the area here as 7. So the area of each of these triangles is 7 inches squared. And so Now the next step, we find the area of the base. So the area of the base is the rectangle. We have the 4 and the 2. So we have 4 times 2, and that is equal to 8. So the area of the base is 8 inches squared. And so now it says find the surface area of the rectangular pyramid using this formula: 2 times big T plus 2 times little t plus b is equal to, the base was 8. So I wrote in the 8. My big T was 13 6/10. My little t was 7. And now we have to multiply. 2 times 13 6/10. And that should be equal to, I'm just going to write it, 27 2/10. And then 2 times 7 is 14 plus 8. Now we add that all up, and we get total of 49 2/10. So the surface area of the rectangular pyramid is 49 2/10 inches squared.